most brilliant of Queensland victories at the Carnival, and that's a good one for you, Tony. That's a big one, and Tino won the Doomben Cup.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Final Gallop, episode 368, proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Today we'll preview our runners for the country finals race day at Doomben on Saturday. Morning, Tony. The Summer Carnival heats up with the stakes race for the 2-year-olds and the 3-year-olds, as well as the first group race of the summer with the George Moore Stakes. Excited to see the Summer Carnival kick off.
Good morning, Matty. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I am. I really like this race day. I love George Moore Stakes Day. We've had a good record in the race, which we'll get to later. I think it's a fork in the road race day for a lot of these horses. You've got some of the 3-year-olds that are building towards these better 3-year-old races, and obviously maybe dreaming of Magic Millions Day for the Guineas. You got the sprinters that this is our only group race for the sprinters all summer. So we're officially, it's our third week of our Summer Carnival. If you count the Swiss Ace or Moolabah Cup Day as our beginning, we've been lucky to win a stakes race on both the first 2 days. So here we go this Saturday.
Yes, hopefully we can keep that momentum going. Just a quick look back at last Saturday, where we did have a couple of good winners, including Rock Ribbed in the Recognition Stakes, as well as Balance of Books and Bossed Up. You happy with how they all went around last week and the performances there?
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, it was a bit of a tricky day early, wasn't it? We had that showery rain just sort of drifting in, and there were these storms forecast. Thank God we missed them. We only got a few drizzle, and the track held up quite well. It detracted a few performances, not many, but it also enhanced another couple. I think Rock Rib just loved getting his toe into the ground.
Yeah.
So, no, it was a good day. A couple of Quinellas, 3 winners. And on the whole, the team raced pretty well. But as we know, it only gets tougher as we get deeper into this Summer Carnival.
Exactly. And just before we kick off our preview of this weekend's runners, we just want to announce the winner of our latest promotion with the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. The prize is a $200 voucher at the Apron restaurant at the Pullman's Brisbane Airport. Tony, the winner for this week's competition?
David McGovern, long-time owner of the stable, and a couple of handy ones too. Recently retired All That Pizzazz is one of them. So yes. Well done, mate. Enjoy your voucher out there, and I'm sure Mr. 5-Star and the team will look after you splendidly.
As they always do. Now, looking ahead to Saturday, we'll get on to the preview of our runners at Doomben. The rail is in the true position. The track is currently a soft 5 with pretty good conditions forecast ahead. How do you think the track and the day will set up for our runners?
I think it'll race really well. I think it'll be a real summer track. I don't see any rain. You know, if we keep getting the skies we've had all week, we've had a really good week. It hasn't been overly hot. They should be able to put sufficient enough irrigation on the track to make it race well, but I think it'll be your standard summer, good 4 around Doomben. And in saying that, I think low draws will be your friend.
Sounds good. The first of our runners we'll kick off in is race 2, the benchmark 78 handicap over 1,315 metres. We have the Little Pumper here. We'll carry 57 kilos of Ryan Maloney on board. Got the car park draw of barrier 20. Had a tough run last start over the mile, back to 1350 on Saturday, but looks a tough assignment from out there.
Yeah, real tough. I took the blinkers off him, want to ride him quiet to run on. I mean, I could do that from a wide draw, but I think he'd be better placed elsewhere. Like I said just before we started this, I think good draws are going to be your friend. He does not have one of those.
Certainly not. On to our next runner in race 4, the benchmark 85 handicap over a mile. We have Blazen Boots, one of the stalwarts of the stable here. Carries 57 kilos with Benny Thompson on board from barrier 5. Really good win last start at a really good price. Looks to map well here. Benny's got a really good record with him, 2 wins and a third from 3 runs. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, Benny fresh off a little suspension, so he'll be itching to get back in the winner's circle. He likes his horse. He gets on well with him. He's ridden him well each time. We had a different plan the other day. Went back from a wide draw and he was able to suck up and get through, and he really won quite well. He's efficient on good ground. He does like getting his toe in a touch, but early in the day, this track should be beautiful. He looks to get a lovely run, which is his best racing pattern, you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, just on the back of the speed, and then get moving when he's ready. I think he maps really well. Favourite, I think, in the race, early market favourite, and rightfully so. I think he's very well placed.
On to our next runner in race 6, listed feeling ready for the 2-year-olds over 1,110 metres. We have Itchintogo here. We'll carry 57 kilos. Ryan Maloney on board from barrier 7. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $2.80 to win and $1.45 a place. Second up for his racing preparation. maybe just found the 1200 just a little bit too far. Back in trip here on Saturday. Looks a nice race for him with experience under his belt.
Yeah, I just think first up I was, as you know, Matty, I was a bit nervous with him going in 1200 first up. He just wanted to race a little bit mid-race. The winner was good. The winner was just one out, one back, and you could just see it relaxed so much better, and it was able just to drop on us. And he was a bit wayward late, just at that last little bit. I think back that 90 metres, they're under his belt. He suits his name. He's itching to go, all right. He's ready to rock and roll. He's in good nick, this horse. He's improved. Like all of our horses, generally improved for a run. These 2-year-olds are no exception. We're not overly firm on him early in the season, so he got to that race pretty well on his own. He's improved out of it immensely. I think he's really hard to beat. He'll step quick here. I'd be shocked if he couldn't find the fence. He's a fast horse. I think Doomben 11-10, he's tailor-made for him.
Sounds good. On to our next runners here in race 7, the Piarata Plate for the 3-year-old colts and geldings over 1200 metres. We have 2 runners in this race. The first one we'll look at is Lockyer. Drawn barrier 8, will carry 56.5 kilos with Angela Jones on board. First up for this preparation, he's got a bit of work under his belt, so he should present in really good condition. Very keen to see him return to the track. The early odds with Ladbrokes are $35 to win and $6 a place. Finished last prep with back-to-back wins. Hopefully we can see a good forward showing here on Saturday.
The only concern is he hasn't won below 1400. I think he's a real 7-furlong miler. But fresh up, he's had 2 trials. He was going to have 3 and 1 got washed out, but I was able to give him a couple of course proper gallops. He's by far the best he's ever been. He was always going to mature nicely into his 3-year-old year. Just where they'll be too slick for him over 6, he'll settle back in midfield, second half of the field, and he'll find the line really, really nicely. I think when he gets to 1400 and to a mile, he's going to be a really nice horse.
And our second runner for the race is Midnight Spirit. We'll jump from barrier 2, carry 56.5 kilos with Ryan Maloney on board. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $17 to win and $3.70 to place. Comes here on Saturday with race fitness on his side. 2 runs at 1,000 metres up to 1200. Looks a really good setup for him with a nice low draw. Excited to see him back at Doomben again.
Yeah, I think so. Worked super Tuesday around there on the course proper. He worked with Pereille. He's in good order, this horse. I think the step to 1200, dry ground, ticks all the boxes for me. Low draw, he'll race pretty close to the speed over 6. Obviously the favourite, Grafter Burner, is very hard to beat. He's a really nice 3-year-old, but I really think this bloke can run top 3.
Then on to the group race 4, the Saturday's card in race 8, the George Moore Stakes over 1200 metres, which is a group 3 edition. Been lucky enough to win 7 of the last 10 editions of this race, including last year with Hidden Wealth. This year we will have 3 runners. The first one of those is Hidden Wealth, going for back-to-back, hopefully in this race. We'll jump from barrier 1. Angela Jones will carry 60 kilos. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $4.60 and $1.85. For the place. We saw him step out first up in a Swiss Ace Plate over 1,000 metres. Just really happy with how he won on that day. Looks to step out again and hopefully go back to back with this race after a 3.5 length demolition job last year.
Yeah, had 54 I think last year, or quite a lightweight, which is the problem. He goes up 6 kilos. We saw that in the winter. He just struggled, but I do feel he's going a lot better in the summer than what he was in the winter. Horse feels super to me. He's definitely improved off the Swiss Ace, which he has to because he's got to meet these horses at handicap conditions. So, look, I'm super happy with the horse. The handicap conditions do worry me, the weight we have to give to some of those lighter weighted horses. So that's the key. He maps to get a beautiful run. I really wanted that low draw, which we've got. How the race runs is going to be interesting. Epic Proportions looks to be that tearaway leader like he's been doing. Do we take him on? We also got Heathcote's horse in there, the Boom horse who'll roll forward. He was quite quick in the Swiss Ace as well. Or do we let that unfold and get on their back and get off their backs? Be interesting race. We're not going to give we're not going to show our cards too close to the race, but I love the fact we drew the low draw. Puts us right in the race. The only concern I have is the weight.
Our second runner for this race is Nettuno. We'll carry 56 kilos of Ryan Maloney on board and jump from barrier 12. The early odds with Ladbrokes are $23 and $5 to place. Wasn't a bad run first up. Doesn't like being inside horses where he was stuck. Ryan knows him really well. From that wide draw, will certainly get free running.
He will. I'm just not totally sure I want to draw out there going 1200 with the 2 corners. One corner, like 1,000, I love to draw a bit deep on him, but the 2 corners makes it a bit tougher. Could he sit deep and give these horses a start and beat them? It worries me a little bit. So, not sure about Nettuno. We could leave him for next week, but he's had a deep prep as well, so not sure about him.
And our third runner for this race is Pereille, a recent addition to the stable earlier this year. We'll carry 55 kilos with Benny Thompson on board and jump from barrier 2. Nice low draw for him. The early odds with Ladbrokes are $6.50 to win and $2.25 a place. Probably just didn't enjoy that deteriorating track last start where we had rain on the day with storms around and whatnot as well. We'll get a good track here and gets a nice light weight. Looks to present well second up here on Saturday.
The lightweight and the good draw is a big plus. The other day, the deteriorating track was one factor. Also the factor, just where Dan ended up on him, he sort of had to come out wide and make his run in. He was getting a lot of kickback in his face, that horse. The track was quite loose and shifty. I think of the low draw on good ground, if he can jump and just suck up behind them and travel, he's one of those horses either going to be a good thing beat or he's going to get out inside the 300 and sprint really quickly on them. He's certainly going well enough to be in the finish. My history in this race is probably with these lighter weighted horses that are building their way up, and he ticks all the boxes. If he was the only horse I had in the race, I'd be pretty confident he could run really well, but obviously with Hidden Wealth there as well, I've got a little bit more, I wouldn't say favouritism, but I know that horse had a little bit better. But I think this race does map pretty well for Pereille. If they overdo it up front, he'll be that horse that's just sucking up the inside, and if he gets a split, I can certainly see him dashing on them. He's a live chance in the race, no doubt.
So out of our 3,
I'm going to go Hidden Wealth in the race. If you had a drawn wide, it would have been really tough for him. Off the low draw, we got plenty of options up our belt, up our sleeve, which we saw in the Swiss Ace. We let the speed go, come off their back, and he was really good through the line, wasn't he? You know, the further they went, the further he was going to go away. So I think we're going to get a similar run if we want to. If we want to take it up, we could as well. So there's options for him. I'm going to go Hidden Wealth, but if Pereille won, it certainly wouldn't knock me over. He's going very, very well.
Good. On to the next race, race 9, the listed mode stakes for the fillies over 1,200 metres. Been lucky enough to win this race 4 times in the past, and we've got a good hand in the race again this year. Got 5 runners. The first of them will be Impervious. We'll carry 56.5 kilos with Michael Rott on board, jump from barrier 10. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $10 and $3.10 to place. Good run last start at the Sunshine Coast with a big weight. Drops back to set weights and penalties conditions, so gets in the best out of all of our runners, and we'll appreciate getting back to 1,200 metres here as well. Yeah,
big improvement. We had a rider a bit cute the other day, got back into a foreign position for her. She's run on quite well and just peaked late. We'll roll forward from our gate here, put her on speed, and she'll run really well. Big improver, vastly suited by the conditions of this race, can certainly run well.
Good. The second of our runners is Foreign Press. We'll carry 56.5 kilos with CJ on board, CJ Graham. Barrier 2, early odds with Ladbrokes are $4.40 for the win and $1.85 a place. Finished really strongly, first up there at the Sunshine Coast over 1,000 metres. Looks to get a really nice run on paper. Always goes well for CJ. How do you think she'll step out?
She rode it beautifully off a tricky draw at the Sunshine Coast, and she run well just late, just couldn't quite get there. Went super, suited back to 1,200 now. Low draw is important. She maps the best of our runners. Can't see her not running top 3.
Very good. The next of ours is Forgotten Spirit. We'll carry 56.5 kilos with Angela Jones on board, unfortunately drawn at barrier 14. The early odds with Ladbrokes are $5.50 and $2.10 a place. A really close second last start at the Sunshine Coast. Made some gear changes with her as well, which seemed to work a treat. She's got some tricks, but we're finally ironing them out. But it just looks a tough draw from out there for her.
Yeah, I don't love this draw for her. I just can't see her being anywhere other than 3 wide. I hate scratching from stakes races. It's so important to get black type for these fillies, and I'm sure she's a black type filly in the making. The barrier, I think, makes it really tough. Need to work. If I'm going to run her, we need to work out a plan to try and overcome it, which I think on face value looks tough.
The next of our runners is High Barbie. She will carry 56.5 kilos with Ryan Maloney on board. Jump from barrier 8. The early odds with Ladbrokes for her are $26 for the win and $4.60 for the place. Trying to emulate her mother's performance, Outback Barbie, who won this race in her career. She was a bit disappointing there first up, just on that firm track at Eagle Farm. Blinkers on for this race. She's certainly got the potential there we want to try and unlock, and with Ryan Maloney riding in the form that he is, he's certainly the jockey to do so.
Blinkers go on with big plus. back on the blinkers, I think is key to her. Eagle Farm, she just doesn't seem to like the play. Her mother hated it too, to be honest. I don't know why. It's a weird scenario. But back to Doomben, her work there was quite good on Tuesday over the course proper and Saturday. She looks amazing now. She started the prep off, just wasn't quite coming up in the way I'd like. She's really picked up now. Fit, well, blinkers on, good jock on, can be a big improver, but has to.
And the last of our runners for this race is making news. She will carry 56.5 kilos with Emily Lang on board and jump from barrier 6. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $51 for the win and $9.50 for the place. Really good win last start at Ipswich, coming around them and hitting the line really well. Obviously the market thinks she's an outsider, but she deserves her chance in this race.
Oh look, she's a knockout chance. Rode her back quite the other day. She won when she probably should have got beat. So, you know, whenever you've got a filly up in good form, you give them a go at these sort of races. So we'll ride her nice and quiet again, let the race unfold. Looks to be enough pressure. Just ride her back with a bit of cover and look to be strong late. Who knows? I thought her win was really good the other day. This is a big step up, but they deserve a chance.
Definitely. So out of our 5 runners there,
I think Foreign Press, just because she maps so well. I don't say anything about High Barbie, because as soon as I say something, it'll jinx it. So she's going good, but I think Foreign Press, she just maps beautifully. For a run the other day with a really good run in transit Saturday, she'll be thereabouts.
And then on to the last race of the day, the 3-year-old quality over 1,600 metres. We'll have 2 runners here. The first of our runners is Power Reece. She will carry 58 kilos with Benny Thompson on board. Drawn barrier 12. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $11 for the win and $3.20 for the place. She just continues to improve, coming off back-to-back wins. 1,700 last start at Ipswich, so should enjoy the mile here. Worked super on Tuesday. How do you think she'll present on Saturday?
Yeah, I think she's just one of those fillies that's just getting better and better in the preparation. She's enjoying the consistency of being a racehorse. Different filly to what she was when she come in. Everything indicates to me that she's still on the way forwards in the prep. She gets a lovely run. She's a jockey who knows her well. I think it's a pretty open race, this.
Yeah,
possibly should be shorter in the market. Interesting bunch of 3-year-olds, but I think she's a real chance.
And then the second of our runners in what is quite an open race is State Opera. We'll carry 55.5 kilos with Daniel Moore on board, barrier 7. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $26 for the win and $6 for the place. A recent addition to the stable, broke her maiden last start, the first run for us. Steps up from the 1,400 metres to the mile. How do you think she will go around?
I think she'll go well. My query is whether she'd rather Eagle Farm than Doomben. She's a filly that still can do a bit wrong. Improved that aside, I think, just with a bit of continuity in racing, etc., etc. But she looks fantastic. She's a filly that tends to want to dawdle out the gates a little bit, find the second half of the field. If Daniel hadn't got a split in the other day, he wouldn't really run over someone. She was going that good up behind them. So you can see her really hitting the line. But she might be one of those horses, and you see heaps of them. You see them at Doomben race well in the flashing light. They get across on the big track, and then they unlock their ability. And my gut feeling is she might be one of those. She's definitely run well. The grade won't bother her. She's definitely up to the grade. Just worries me around the turning track more so than the bigger track of Eagle Farm.
So out of those 2 there, who
I think Power Reece, but she's been there to Doomben. She raced well there the other day. She could posse up into a nice enough spot, which I think that's what you want on these summer Doomben tracks.
Yep, beautiful. And we're on to the final furlong of the Final Gallop. Tony, who was your best winning chance on Saturday at Doomben?
Yeah, it's a tricky day. I think we've got a lot of really good chances in. There's a few at odds to at value that I'd like. And I tossed up my best chance being between Itchintogo, Hidden Wealth and Foreign Press. Just at the start of the show, I mentioned low draws, the right runs. I think they all map really well. I'm going to go with Itchintogo in the 2-year-old. I think he'll win the field and ready.
Little Itchy, beautiful. And then best each way chance, as you mentioned, we've got a fair few at good odds.
There's some at the lesser odds too, like Hidden Wealth. You can nearly back him each way. He's $4 or something. Yep. So there's nearly each way odds. But I thought at Foreign Press, she's another one. Could be very close there at the odds. At the other odds, at the other each way ones, which are a bit more value, I'm going to go Midnight Spirit in the Purata Plate. I think he's going well. Stepped to 1,200. Maloney on around Doomben. I think he can run top 3.
Beautiful. A few there. We could probably play around with a few multis, which we'll touch on shortly. Best at the provincials over the weekend. We've got one at the Sunshine Coast tomorrow night, the Gold Coast on Saturday, and also at Sunshine Coast on Sunday as well.
Yeah, the mare at the Sunshine Coast tomorrow night. Low draw, good barrier. very, very well placed.
Sounds good. Time of my life up
Time of
there
my life, yeah.
at the Sunshine Coast. And track work this week. We had a pretty busy morning here on Tuesday, and also a few went over to Doomben on the course proper. Who sparked your eye there?
I thought here at Eagle Farm, I thought Itchintogo, Power Reece were really good. Over at Doomben, we worked quite a few. I thought at Doomben, Midnight Spirit and Hidden Wealth, he just makes things look really easy, and that's when he's going his best, when the work just looks effortless, and that's how he's going at the moment. So there's a few there that work really, really nicely on Tuesday morning.
Beautiful. Good team in for the weekend. And now we get to the part that most people wait for. It's time for Cavs Corner for this week, proudly supported by Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Cavs currently just enjoying a bit of a freshen up in a spelling paddock after he's had a bit of surgery earlier this week. But he's still with us. Matty Barton will share his multi for this week. So let's cross to Cavs Corner with special guest Matty Barton.
Hey guys, welcome to Cavs Corner. I'm Matty Barton. I'm filling in for Cav while he is recovering from his hip replacement. He's doing very well in the Brisbane private hospital. He's enjoying all the attention from all the nurses in there. So Cavs multi this week is Pereille A place into Foreign Press top 2. I thought while I'm kind of filling in for Cav, I'd challenge him and do a Mad Matty's multi. So I'm going Hidden Wealth a place into Foreign Press a place. So bring it on, Cav.
So we've got a couple multis here. Cavs Corner with Pereille Place and Foreign Press top 2. And also Matty, we're going Hidden Wealth and Foreign Press as well. So looks at a couple of little multis there.
So we got 2 now. So these 2 are going to go head to head while Cav's out. So we've got Mad Matty's multi, which is place, Hidden Wealth, Foreign Press. And we got Cav's multi with Pereille the place into Foreign Press top 2. Be interesting to see how these 2 multis go over the period. Cav's obviously recovering from hip surgery. He's doing a good job. He's up moving about, which I don't know whether you'll see any footage of that. I know Lockyer has some. It's pretty scary. So any kids watching, take their faces away from the camera. But he is, in hospital. He's getting up and about. So we wish him a speedy recovery. Can't wait to see how these 2 multis go.
I'm sure they'll let each other know who's winning and who's losing. But yes, it will be an interesting battle over the next few weeks between them. So we'll keep tabs on those. Tony, look, really good day on Saturday at Doomben with the George Moore, the feature, especially, and even the feature races for the fillies and the Colts and Geldings as well. Really good team there. Hopefully we can walk away with a couple of winners on Saturday. Yeah,
ripping team. Weather stays like this. Where else would you rather be? Queensland Summer Carnival, George Moore Stakes Day. Happy punting to all.
Good luck, guys. Cheers.